All right, we welcome you onto the terrace here at Reser Stadium for the Oregon State home opener of the 2016 season. The Beavers taking on Idaho State today at 2 p.m. My name's Josh Warden, joined by Brian Rathbone and Brendan Slaughter of the Orange Media Network. Again, OSU 0-1 after the loss to Minnesota, but trying to get a win over FCS Idaho State today. Let's get three things to look for, three keys for the Oregon State offense today from Brian.
Well, when you're going against a team like Idaho State that's, from the lower division, you got to dominate the line of scrimmage. Against Minnesota 2 weeks ago, that was a little rough for Oregon State. Didn't run the ball very well, and obviously they had those two sacks. So dominating the line of scrimmage against Idaho State will be key. That'll help keep Daryl Garrettson, upright and all that. And if they're able to, establish kind of a flow in the offense, we might be able to see some Marcus McMaryion, who had a pretty good fall camp, so that'll be good. And then the three players that kind of struggled against Minnesota, Dustin Stanton, Victor Bolden, and Jordan Villeman, if they can come in and just have a really good game, that'll be a good sign for the Beavers moving forward.
Awesome. Now let's go to the defensive side of the ball for OSU. Brendan, what do you got for us?
So defensive side of the ball, they got to get pressure on the quarterback. Against Minnesota, the Beavers did not register a sack, so getting pressure key is early. Continuing your solid play in the linebacking core. Linebackers, made a lot of tackles against Minnesota. Other than a few miscues, it seemed like the linebacking core tackled a lot better as well. And then I think you need to continue to have hard-hitting cornerbacks and safeties. Devin Chappelle did a great job against Minnesota. Also like what Xavier Crawford brought to the table. Oregon State just needs to play a team defensive game, and I think they'll get this win easily.
All right, let's get some bold prediction this game, no matter where it is. Brian, I want you to wow me. What's your bold prediction?
All right, I'm going to go Art Pierce will lead the team in rushing today.
Okay.
Yep, I think we won't see much Ryan Nall just based on how the game's going to go. They're going to limit his reps as much as possible. That will leave plenty of chances for old Art Pierce, the freshman.
All right, the true freshman, Art Pierce from Florida. Brendan, your bold prediction.
Jordan Villeman will have over 100 yards receiving. After having one reception for 5 yards against Minnesota and being ineffective, think about it. In the matchup that I want to watch today, in Idaho State's secondary, they don't have a guy taller than 6 foot or 6'1", depending. Jordan Villeman listed at 6'4", 6'5". He should have a field day.
All right, my bold prediction, Colorado last week hit 597 total yards of offense against Idaho State. OSU is going to break the 600-yard barrier today. That's my bold prediction. All right, real quick before we close, score predictions. Brian?
I don't think this one's going to be close. I think we're going to see 61-17 in favor of Oregon State.
61-17 OSU. Brendan?
I'm going to go 64-14 in favor of Oregon State.
64-14. I think although OSU get a lot of yards in offense, it is a little bit rainy, so I'll tone it down. I'll go 45-7 Beavers. We'll see if we are right. You can also listen to the call on kbvr.com/listen. For Brian Rathbone and Brendan Slaughter, I'm Josh Warren. Thanks for watching the Orange Media Network Football Preview.